Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone's got a nice outlook this morning after last night's fighting events. I did do a video, the Portsmouth Abraham remix, really liked last night. But when I looked back on the video, I was probably a little bit drunk I wanted to publish it. So I thought I'd think out this morning with a fresh mind. To be honest, my prediction was a bit off. I've got to give Abraham all the credit in the world. I did not see Abraham at age 35. Put in a performance as good as he did. And I thought he got his work rate for the majority of the fight. It was fantastic and it surprised me. He wasn't just working the last 30 seconds. Although he did do that in a few rounds, which is still a win. I thought he picked his movements really well last night. I think like, he attacked really well. He was effective with his attacks. And his defence was just impenetrable. Even the added incentive of speed that I thought Portsmouth would have in his favour didn't seem to make any difference whatsoever throughout the course of the fight. I scored the fight in total to 117 to 111 in favour of Abraham. I think even that could be viewed as being generous from Portsmouth. So, I mean, a lot of people would have been saying there was a great performance from Portsmouth. Where does Portsmouth go from here? Well, I think it wasn't a great performance from Portsmouth. But for me, I think he could have done something a little bit differently that may have changed the outcome of the fight. I don't want to be picky because I don't want to really take anything away from what they were. Like I said, I thought he put in a superb performance. But when you look at the first round, this for me is an example of someone kind of burning out the blocks too fast, right? When you're in a fighting situation, you know, like I used to do some high speed boxing myself. It doesn't matter whether you walk into a fight where you fight in front of a family's dog or whether you're fighting in front of thousands of people, it doesn't matter. You're going to be nervous. Okay? It's a human reaction. I was nervous before every fight I had. Alright? Didn't start getting in there and competing and doing the business. But I was nervous. Okay? But when you're nervous and you walk into a big fight like that, I can only imagine how much the adrenaline was pumping on top of that. Okay, so when you get into the first round in a big fight like that, I always think it's vital, unless you've got an exact game plan and you're a known fast starting fighter anyway, I think it's vital that you get in there that first round, settle down your jab, get relaxed, and then let the punches flow from there. Portsmouth for the first round, to me at least, I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong, this is just one man's opinion. It looked like he was bought in so many of those punches in the first round. He threw a lot of punches in the first round, Portsmouth. I mean, I think Jim Watt gave it a draw on his scorecard. I mean, what did Abraham do in the first round? I know a lot of Smith's punches were blocked or partially blocked, but you can't give Abraham credit for standing there and just throwing the occasional jab back in the first round. It was a clear Smith round. So Jim Watt talking out of the arse crack as usual. That time Sky should have sacked him like 5 years ago. Who needs some fresh blood on that Sky commentary team? Probably one of my favourite choice. Probably one of the best pundits around at the minute. Certainly one of the most analytical breakdown pundits around when it comes to fight. But when Paul Smith goes out in that first round and burns so much energy when he's not relaxed, when he is nervous, he's burning all that nervous energy away along with the adrenaline. And I think personally, right, that can have an effect on your energy stores for the rest of the fight. Now, people may not agree with it, we're all different as human beings, right? But there's so many examples, not just in boxing, where you see that, where someone, if trying to use that nervousness and that adrenaline you have at the start, and they're trying to force it and overuse it rather than let it flow and get relaxed into it. Look at like I'm a football fan or soccer if you're American. I like watching this. Yeah. How many times do you see it in football where a team will start a game, they'll start really well, they'll get on top of their opposition fast, they might score a few goals, it might even go, let's just say they go into half time 3-0 up, thinking, yeah, we've done this, fantastic. Other teams conceded 3-8 coming back. Why do the teams just biding their time? Another team burn up all that energy at the start of the game. They've just kind of tried to feed into the game up until half time, had a couple of chances, but they find themselves 3-0 down. Second half, though, that team that's 3-0 down is the one that's got all the energy. And the one that's defending is now the team's 3-0 up. So it's always a worry for me when I see a fighter burn too much energy in the first round. It's always a bad indication for me on where their mental state is on the fight as well. Paul Smith looked like a nervous man who was forcing a lot of punches in that first round. And I think it cost him. Because on the interview after the fight, where he says, I get hit with a big body shot. In round 3, I think he says he takes the body shot, but he never really recovers. He talks about even after round 8, he's still feeling the effects of the body shot. Now, my question is this. Round 3, Paul Smith work rate completely dropped. Okay? If you look at Paul Smith's work rate in round 3 and round 1, he's still there, he's still throwing punches. But what I'm saying is the work rate is significantly different. Okay? On what he's landing especially. By the time he gets to round 3, I think Paul Smith's wasted too much energy for his game plan. And I think he knows that. And I think Joe Gallagher knows that. And I think that's the reason mainly why he gets hit with those shots. And those shots have so much effect, especially the body shot. If you're already tired and you're taking big shots to the body, it ain't going to help your cause. So that's my opinion. That's my take on it. People could say to that, what would you have done different? I would have got Paul Smith out there to calm down. We all know Paul Smith needed to work rate in the first fight. That's fair enough. I don't think there's anyone disputing that. But there was no need to kind of go out there first round and waste all that energy trying to assert yourself and set a plan against a guy like Abraham who's not going to be phased by that tactic. We know what Abraham does for his career, and he's not phased by someone doing that. Paul Smith should have got out there last night, set behind his jab in that first round. Just make the first rounder who's going to win the battle with the jab. Get relaxed, get into the fight, get your rhythm going, and then start to pick the work rate up through the middle to later rounds. I don't think it may have necessarily made a massive amount of difference, but I think the fight would have been more competitive if he'd have done that. But like I said, I don't want to take anything away from Mark Abraham because I said before his fight that I thought Mark Abraham was almost finished as a fighter. I didn't think he'd be able to improve a lot in his performance against Paul Smith. And I also thought that he wouldn't get a stop and he doesn't have the power necessarily anymore for the super middleweight. And I thought that he would just work for 30 seconds each round, but he proved me wrong. Good on him. 21 world title fights. Is that now? Was he won? No, sorry, he's lost. He lost 2 world title fights. He lost 3. Well, I know he's lost the title fights, not recorded world title fights. That's for sure. Did he lose in middleweight? He did not lose in middleweight. No, he did. Oh, sorry, I can't. It's supposed to be on Sunday morning. It's 10:23. I'm not not going to start asking myself too many tough questions this time. Right. So what's next for each fighter? You know, Arthur Abraham. Is Arthur Abraham worth fighting in the big fights, middleweight with any of the big boys? Absolutely. You put him in there with Andre Ward. Andre Ward will beat him round by round. You put him in there with Carl Froch. Carl Froch would beat him round by round. You put him in there with Andre Duell. Andre Duell would beat him round by round. I don't think any of these guys would stop him, by the way. I think Arthur Abraham was just too tough and durable for that. You put him in with a James DeGale. I can't see Arthur Abraham doing that. You see, put him in with a George Groves. That might be a bit more interesting, actually. You put him with a George Groves. I think George Groves would win the fight. I think he'd win the rounds. But with the way George Groves is, and he's kind of stamina issues, and he's not got the greatest of chins. Be interesting to see if Groves may get caught by a late right hand or two in that fight. So that could actually be quite an interesting fight. Anthony Durrell, WBC title holder. Would you give Arthur Abraham a chance against him? I don't know. A bit like Groves in a way. Maybe I'd like to see it. You know. So it's certainly out of the top guys in the division. Groves and Anthony Durrell. If Abraham did want another challenge, if he did want to step out of his comfort zone and go for a unification fight or fight someone of worth rank, then those two guys might be the best path for him. But it'd be difficult to say. You know, for as much as I say Groves could walk on something later on, we all know Groves has got the power to knock people out super middleweight anyway. So the same could go for Oliver, I suppose. But I don't know. It's just the way Groves likes to get involved in it. You know, it's like you can't box for 12 rounds. You know, when Arthur Abraham boxed Carl Froch and when he boxed Andre Ward, both Andre Ward and Carl Froch did very similar things in their approach to the fight, and that was don't get involved. Don't get involved and don't let him hit you on the inside. Don't let him get down his jab. You stop his jab, you stop him getting inside, and you just work at distance and work on the back foot. You can make Arthur Abraham look like shit for 12 rounds. And that's what Andre Ward and Carl Froch both did very successfully. You know, I can't see George Groves doing that. I just can't see George Groves doing a performance like that for 12 rounds. He's the type of fighter that gets bored or has to do something. He has to get involved. You know, there's no such thing, I don't think, as a professional 12 round performance in George Groves' locker. So, it could be interesting. And Anthony Durrell, you know, I only say Anthony Durrell would be an interesting one because if you look at the way Anthony Durrell struggles with Sakio Bika, Sakio Bika and Arthur Abraham have certain similarities. You know, I think Sakio Bika is faster, but if you think about, would Anthony Durrell be able to bring Abraham down easily? No. Is Anthony Durrell the type of guy like his brother that could just work off a back foot, hit and move, speed around the ring, and just work circles around Arthur Abraham? I don't think so. You know, I think Anthony Durrell's a very talented fighter, but I don't think he's as talented as his brother, Andre. I do think he hits harder than Andre though. So, I'm just trying to think, is there anyone else really? You know, you wouldn't want to see him in with any youngsters right now. That'd be a silly fight. No, I don't think there is. The question is then, will Arthur Abraham take a fight with George Groves or Anthony Durrell? No, I don't think so. I mean, of course, George Groves and Anthony Durrell are set to face each other later this year after Anthony Durrell's fought Badou Jack, which is another complete waste of time and fight, in my opinion. I don't see the point at all in that fight. You know, Badou Jack back, what was it, 2013. He was meant to be fighting James DeGale for the #1 contender for the WBC. I'm sure it was Badou Jack who was meant to fight James DeGale for the WBC. number one contender. And then Badou Jack got knocked out, so that fight didn't happen because he lost his position in the game. So why is he getting a shot? Like this is the thing that annoys me about boxing nowadays. Why is somebody that's lost only a couple of fights ago in a number one contender match now getting the shot? It doesn't make sense. You know, I know it's Anthony Durrell's voluntary. I realise that. I realise Anthony Durrell, when you've got a voluntary as a champion, voluntary is what it says on the tin. It's a voluntary. You know, you can choose your opponent. But seriously, why choose Badou fucking Jack? You know, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that. Anyway, so I've just talked about our favourite. So what's next for Paul Smith? What's next for Paul Smith is, in his heart of hearts, what he thinks should be next. Because let's get real. Is Paul Smith going to get another world title shot? No. I mean, I'd never say never. It's not impossible, I suppose. But, you know, you'd have to kind of go on a massive rebuilding mission and take out some big names of the process to get to a world title shot. And at age 32, I can't see Paul Smith doing that. Can Paul Smith still draw a crowd? Can Paul Smith still headline an event? Yes, I think he can. You know, I think Paul Smith's got a lot of support. I think all the Smith brothers have a lot of support in Liverpool. You know, along with the likes of David Price, you know, like people like Tony Bellew. Yeah, there's a lot of support for the Liverpool fighters. But the problem is, who do you put him against next? Do you turn around to Paul and say, "Well, that was your time in the sun, lad. You know, bring you back down to domestic level. We'll put you in for another British the British title fight, a European title fight." Does Paul Smith want to go back down to there? Or does Paul Smith say, "No, no, maybe let's go and fight a couple of contenders. Let's go and fight some guys ranked in the like top 15, top 10. You know, let's see if we can get back." I don't know. Personally, for me, it's a bad situation for Paul Smith to be in because you now know you're too good for domestic level and arguably too good for European level. You can mix it at world class, but unfortunately, you've just lost to the champion. That was probably, technically speaking, the easiest on paper out of all the challenges, top challenges and the champions. So, how does that leave you mentally as a fighter? Well, you know, where do you go from there? That's my question. You know, I'm now trying to imagine myself. You know, I'm too good for British. You know, too good for British European. You know, I can mix in the world, but I'm maybe not good enough to win a title. He's already had, you know, a 40-fight career. He's 32. He's got other things going for him outside the ring. You know, I mean, let's be honest. He could stop tomorrow, and he would certainly get punditry roles through Sky Sports, which you know I think he's very good at. You know, I like listening to Paul Smith talk on a punditry role. He always speaks sensibly. Or you know, I suppose he could always just concentrate on helping his brothers out in their training camps and stuff. That's always a possibility too. But it's a bit difficult to see where he goes from here in the fighting game. If he does continue, then by all means, best of luck to him. And I'll watch his next fight. But I just think it's difficult to see. I think if it was me in his position, I know he's only 32. He's not, he's not the oldest of fighters. But if I was in that position, I would consider either calling it a day or taking a prolonged break and making a hard decision from there. I just don't think he'll have the motivation to come back at a British level or European level. That's just personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I just can't see that. Anyway, Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to my channel. My YouTube link's also on my channel homepage. If you follow me up on YouTube on CGMB Nuts. Gonna do a couple more videos throughout today. Just keeping updated on last night's fights, really. And then, yeah, going into a fresh working week. Peace out.